Good afternoon, brothers and sisters.
各位弟兄姊妹午安。
What? Is it Chinese? On? On? It's Pastor Ron's name. This afternoon, we're going to look at suffering with one another in Christ.
今日下午我哋一齊去睇喺基督裏邊彼此受苦。
Our sub-theme that we started last month is building or growing our relationship with God and one another.
我哋由上個月開始嘅一個主題就係話我哋喺同神同人一齊去建立個關係。
And how we experience God's love in that.
亦都透過呢個關係，我哋點樣去彼此去感受愛。
And I believe one of the most important ways we do that is through suffering.
對我嚟講，我覺得其中一個最重要嘅方法去感受愛、建立關係嘅就係透過受苦。
But we don't like suffering.
但係我哋都唔中意受苦嘅。
We don't like being tested.
我哋亦都唔中意有任何嘅考驗。
We don't like trials.
我哋唔中意有試驗。
Especially as Americans.
如果尤其是我哋係美國人。
Because we believe life should be easy.
因為可能美國人都會覺得生命應該係容易。
Life should be fun.
生命係應該係好開心嘅。
Life is about living in the now.
生命都係應該話係活喺而家。
We have this entitlement issue.
我哋亦都會有呢個覺得係所有嘢都應得嘅。
I'm entitled to a good life.
我哋係應得有一個好嘅生命。
I shouldn't have to experience pain.
我係唔應該受到痛苦。
I'm told we live in the greatest country right now.
好多人都同我講，我哋都喺生活喺呢個全世界最偉大嘅國家裏邊。
We should be able to enjoy life.
所以我哋應該係去享樂。
But this doesn't surprise me.
同時間呢啲諗法亦都唔令到我覺得驚奇。
Because we live in a culture that tells us that life should be easy.
因為我哋住緊嘅生活裏邊、文化裏邊都教導我哋生命係應該容易。
That life should be fun.
生命應該係享樂。
And as one pastor has quoted in the past, it should be our best life now.
亦都係我聽過有個牧師咁樣講話，我哋而家生命應該係現在嘅生命係應該最好嘅。
But the Apostle Peter reminds us in this passage that we will suffer.
但使徒彼得就喺我哋今日讀嘅經文裏邊提醒我哋會受苦。
That we will face trials.
我哋會受到試驗。
That we will face tests.
我哋會亦都被考驗。
That create suffering.
嗰啲考驗亦都會俾我哋痛苦。
So, the word suffer means to be in pain.
咁受苦呢個字亦都可以解做為係呢個痛苦，感受到痛。
To suffer.
去受一啲苦楚。
And long suffering or long time pain.
或者係一啲係長時間嘅痛苦。
And Peter writes in the beginning of verse 12, Beloved, or brothers and sisters, do not be surprised at the fiery ordeal among you, which comes upon you for your testing, as though some strange thing was happening to you.
咁彼得就喺我讀經嘅一開頭嗰度已經講話，有火煉嘅試驗臨到你們，不要以為奇怪。
How many of you like taking tests?
你哋大家有邊個中意考試嘅
They're not fun, right?
冇人舉手，應該係唔好玩嘅事。
They're hard.
佢哋都係可能係困難嘅。
And the worst kind of tests are what is known as a pop quiz.
或者有時有啲係直情係突發嘅測驗。
I remember walking into one of my classrooms to go to class and sitting down, and the teacher said, "All right, we got some fun today for you."
咁我記得有時上堂嘅時候，先生走到入嚟嗰時就話：今日我哋有啲好玩嘅嘢啦。
We're going to take a quiz.
我哋考一個測驗。
5 questions.
5條問題。
And then after you're done, you turn it in.
咁你做完之後就交翻俾我。
That's the most frightful, worst feeling to have in the morning at 8 o'clock when you walk into a classroom.
咁對我嚟講係呢個朝頭早8點鐘入到翻房，第一樣嘢就有咁嘅事發生咧，係最唔開心嘅事。
Because questions are coming. Well, what's the quiz going to be on?
咁因為當個先生咁樣講嗰時，我就即刻開始驚啦，諗緊佢會問啲咩問題啊？
Is it going to be on the reading assignment that I didn't do last night?
或者會唔會啲問題係出喺我琴日冇讀到嘅書上面啊？
Is it something that the professor said yesterday?
或者係咪琴日教授講嘅嘢啊？
And then they proceed to ask questions.
咁跟住就開始問啲問題啦。
And you write your answer,
咁你寫答案，
hoping that the professor or teacher asks you a question that you know.
我哋都希望你去問嘅問題都係你識答。
Well, that's what happens with us as Christians sometimes.
咁有時候對我哋基督徒嚟講，可能都係有少少相似。
We have tests and trials that come our way that we're not expecting.
好多時喺我哋都冇預期嘅時候，我哋都會係有呢啲試驗。
And when Peter writes fiery ordeal, I think of Daniel chapter 3.
咁當彼得講到話呢個火煉嘅試驗嘅時候，我就即刻諗起但以理書。
Who remembers the story of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego?
咁大家係咪都記得呢個沙得拉、米撒同埋亞伯尼哥喺但以理書嘅故事咧？
King Nebuchadnezzar built this golden idol, right? An image of himself.
咁嗰時尼布甲尼撒王就建立咗佢自己一個好大嘅金嘅像。
Every time any kind of music is played, you bow down and worship it.
咁每一次有任何嘅音樂響起嘅時候，你就應該要即刻去跪拜。
These 3 men chose not to.
咁呢3個人咧就唔去拜呢個偶像。
Nebuchadnezzar was notified about it.
咁尼布甲尼撒王就有人通知佢啦。
He was enraged.
咁聖經講話佢非常之嬲，
Anger came over him.
就怒氣填胸。
And he ordered the 3 men to be cast into the fiery furnace.
咁所以咧，佢就命令將嗰3個人咧將佢抌落一個火爐裏面。
But he was so enraged that he said, "It's not hot enough. Turn up 7 times hotter than it is now."
咁因為佢太過嬲嘅緣故，所以佢話將個火爐燒到好比平時更加熱嘅程度係7倍嘅程度。
To the hottest it can be.
最可能越熱越好。
And the 3 men were cast into the furnace.
咁嗰三個人敬拜耶和華嘅人就被抌咗落火爐裏邊。
They weren't like picked up and thrown into it. Because furnaces back then had a little circle around it. So it's almost like you walk yourself to death. And you just drop right down into the fiery flames.
嗰時個火爐你係要好似係要自己行入去咁嘅，唔係俾人抌落去。
And for those of you who know the story, or the Bible narrative, the soldiers died.
咁大家都知道喺聖經講到話，啲熱到咧啲士兵都死咗。
But as Nebuchadnezzar was sitting there watching and observing, he noticed the 3 men walking in the bottom of the furnace.
但係尼布甲尼撒王咧就睇到喺個火爐裏邊嗰三個人就反而冇事，亦都仲喺裏邊行。
And he noticed the 4th man walking.
佢亦都見到有第4個人喺裏邊。
They were tested because of their faith.
嗰3個人係因為佢哋嘅對神嘅信心而得到有呢個考驗。
They were going to be persecuted for their faith
佢哋會受到逼迫。
in Yahweh.
佢哋因為佢哋對耶和華嘅信心。
And here Peter is saying, pleading with us, don't be surprised or alarmed when you face suffering.
咁所以彼得喺呢度就講到話，唔好覺得因為有試驗就覺得驚奇。
Or when your faith is tested or you have trials that you're facing.
或者亦都唔好因為你嘅信心受到試驗嘅時候，你覺得奇怪。
So as Christians, we shouldn't say, why God?
咁我哋基督徒，我哋唔應該話點解啊神你點解俾試驗我？
I don't deserve this, God.
我絕對唔值得呢啲咁嘅痛苦喎。
It's not fair, God.
都唔公平。
Life should be easy, God.
點唔係應該要好容易嘅咩？
I don't deserve it.
我唔覺得我值得咯。
Right? I don't deserve pain.
我唔覺得我應該值得呢個受痛苦。
I don't deserve to hurt like this.
我唔覺得我值得係受呢個苦楚受到咁嘅程度。
See, a test is to try to learn the nature or character of someone or something by submitting such to thorough and extensive testing.
一個試驗嘅解釋就係話係透過呢個一啲好深入同埋好深入嘅測試，可以等到透過啲測試可以知道一個人嘅本性同埋佢真正嘅性格。
So when we are tested or we face trials, God is saying, are you still going to be with me?
所以有時當試驗嚟到嘅時候，神就可以睇到你係咪仲係同我一齊？
It's not for God.
唔係為咗神，
It's for us.
係為咗我哋。
I want to know back in your faith with me.
神佢好想知道喺而家你對神嘅信心係點樣。
So how are we as Christians today persecuted for our faith in America?
咁喺呢個美國裏邊，我哋而家基督徒係有啲咩嘅逼迫呢？
We know how our brothers and sisters in Hong Kong are.
我哋知道我哋喺香港嘅弟兄姊妹係受咗苦嘅。
I see images on Facebook or Google about brothers and sisters being beaten right now.
咁我喺呢啲社交網絡啊裏邊都見到好多香港嘅弟兄姊妹俾人打。
And they're protesting silently.
佢哋只不過係係冇用暴力嘅。
And I know a lot of you are suffering with them.
我哋都知道我哋好多香港人喺外地嘅都同我哋一齊受苦。
It breaks us to see them suffer.
因為我哋見到佢哋受苦，我哋都好唔開心。
Our heart goes out to them.
我哋嘅心都同佢哋一齊。
Praying for them.
我哋為佢祈禱。
Praying for peace.
我哋為呢個和平去祈禱。
But in the luxuries of America, how do we face persecution?
但係我哋喺呢個美國咁安定嘅生活裏邊，我哋點樣去受苦？
Well, there are a few that come to my mind.
我會諗到有幾個。
Taking a stance on sexual identity.
譬如話喺我哋有呢個性取向嘅問題上邊有呢個立場啦。
This is a hot topic in our culture right now.
喺我哋嘅文化裏邊，而家係一個好困難嘅一個問題。
When a guy can say, "No, I'm a girl."
當一個人話我唔係男人，我係女人。
Or a woman can say, "No, I'm a guy."
或者一個女人話我係男人。
Or parents who are forcing their kids into that.
或者有時甚至係父母係逼到自己嘅仔女變成咁樣。
When I see a little boy dressed up as a girl.
我有時會見到有啲好細嘅男仔，佢着衫着到好似個女仔咁樣。
And the parent introducing their child as, "This is my daughter."
咁我哋都見過有啲父母係將佢哋自己嘅仔去同人介紹話呢個係我嘅女。
When clearly he has the features of a boy, physical appearance of a boy.
但好明顯佢嘅生出嚟就係男仔。
And what strikes me in so much awe of it is that my 4.5-year-old son Asher can recognize it.
咁對我嚟講，其實都有一個奇怪嘅事，就算係我嘅4歲半嘅仔，其實都已經知道啦。
And asked me, "Daddy, why is that boy dressed like a girl?"
佢都已經開始問我話：點解嗰個男仔着到好似女仔咁嘅？
And then me as a dad say, "No, he's a boy."
咁對我一個父親嚟講，我就同佢講話：佢係一個男仔。
And the mom was upset with me.
咁嗰個阿媽咧就對我就即係好唔開心。
Talking about me to the other family, "No, this is my daughter." Why would he say something like that?
佢就會反而話翻個轉頭話：點解你要講啲咁嘅嘢？佢係一個女仔。
Not supporting same-sex marriage.
第二樣嘢就係話我哋唔支持同性婚姻。
Hot topic in the church.
喺呢個教會裏邊係一個好熱門嘅話題。
Do you stand up for that?
你會唔會為咗呢樣嘢去企起嚟呢？
How about being in the world but not of it?
或者會唔會我哋世界好多嘅唔同嘅潮流，我哋會隨住走呢？
Being faithful to God's word.
或者我哋有冇對神嘅話去忠心呢？
Luther wrote it best over 500 years ago when he said, "Sola Scriptura."
我哋可能都聽過話唯獨聖經呢樣嘢。
But we have a lot of Christians and churches today saying disregarding that.
但係好多時喺而家嚟講，都有好多基督徒同埋教會都係話唔好講呢啲嘢。
These are only some examples of many.
呢啲都係其中一啲小處嘅例子嘅事件。
We have churches and Christians and pastors out there saying that it's okay for same-sex marriage.
甚至係基督徒教會或者牧師，好多人亦都會有好多都會話同性婚姻係可以嘅。
Some of them are saying it's okay for abortions to take place.
有啲係亦都話墮胎係可以嘅，應該嘅。
Because they are afraid of losing numbers in their church.
因為可能佢哋都好害怕，如果唔敢講的話，佢哋嘅教會嘅人數會流失。
Or because you have people on TV say that Christians they hate people.
或者我哋有時喺電視機都聽到話啲人指責基督徒係好憎人嘅基督徒嘅。
They're bigots.
佢哋都係啲鄙視同性戀嘅人。
There's no love.
佢哋都冇愛嘅。
God is love.
神係愛喎。
So, therefore, you should support us and encourage us and agree with us.
咁所以你哋所謂嘅基督徒係咪應該要同意我哋，應該去支持我哋呢？
That's how we suffer for some ways that we suffer in America for our faith.
咁所以呢啲就係喺我哋而家美國其中一啲我哋可能會受苦嘅場合。
This happens when you're bold about your faith.
呢啲都會你會受逼迫係，如果係你係好對你嘅信心係好大膽咁講出嚟。
We suffer because Christ suffered for us as well.
咁我哋受苦亦都係因為基督為我哋受苦。
But everyone suffers, not only Christians.
但係所有人唔係淨係基督徒會受苦，係所有人都係受苦。
But the difference between Christians and those who don't believe in Jesus is this.
但係對呢個信基督徒同埋信基督同埋唔信基督嘅人有呢個分別。
We know why and we have hope.
我哋知道點解我哋受苦，而我哋亦都有呢個希望。
We know that it's to refine us.
我哋知道係藉住呢啲試驗去磨練我哋。
That Jesus is walking with us in our sufferings.
因為耶穌係喺我哋受苦裏面同我哋一齊行。
That it's for a purpose.
係有原因嘅。
Psalm 66:10. For you have tried us, O God, you have refined us as silver is refined.
好似詩篇嘅66篇佢講話：神啊，你曾試驗我們，熬煉我們，如熬煉銀子一樣。
Proverbs 27:21. The crucible is for silver and the furnace for gold, and each is tested by the praise according to him.
好似箴言亦都講到話：鼎為煉銀，爐為煉金，人的稱讚也是煉人。
So we suffer, we face tests, we face trials to refine us, to grow us closer to God.
所以我哋係受到痛苦、受到逼迫、受到試驗，但係我哋亦都係可以係磨練，亦都係有呢個試驗。
But we also suffer for Christ as well.
我哋亦都係為咗基督去受苦。
Paul reminds us that we suffer for Christ's sake.
保羅亦都提醒我哋要為基督去受苦。
He wrote this to the church in Philippi. For to you it has been granted for Christ's sake not only to believe in him, but also to suffer for his sake.
就好似喺腓立比書嗰度話，因為你們蒙恩，不但得以信服基督，並要為他受苦。
But we also are to share in those sufferings.
我哋亦都要去分享我哋呢嘅受苦。
For Christ, we will be mocked, ridiculed, rejected.
我哋係會俾人去嘲笑，會俾人去辱罵排斥。
And many more things.
亦都仲有好多其他嘅嘢。
Romans 8:17, and if children, then heirs, heirs of God and fellow heirs with Christ, provided we suffer with him in order that we may also be glorified with him.
羅馬書嗰度講話，既是兒女，便是後嗣，就是神的後嗣，和基督同作後嗣。如果我們和他一同受苦，也必和他一同得榮耀。
And as we suffer with him, we are comforted by him as well.
咁當我哋受苦嘅時候，但係基督亦都係會係安慰我哋。
2 Corinthians 1:5. For as we share abundantly in Christ's suffering, so through Christ we share abundantly in comfort too.
就好似係哥林多後書就話：我們既多受基督的苦楚，就靠基督多得安慰。
But there are two ways we respond to suffering.
我哋對呢個苦楚逼迫，我哋可以有兩種嘅去回應。
We can respond negatively,
我哋可以有呢個消極嘅，
or positively.
或者有一個好正面嘅。
So the majority of people respond to suffering in a negative way.
可能大部分啲人佢哋嘅回應都係一個反面或者係負面嘅。
Why is this happening to me?
點解要發生喺我身上？
I don't deserve it.
我都唔應該值得嘅。
I didn't do anything wrong.
我都冇做錯嘢。
I'm a good person.
我係一個好人。
Or Christians say I'm a good Christian.
或者可能話我哋係一個好嘅基督徒。
Why am I experiencing pain?
點解我受到咁多嘅痛苦咧
Why am I being ridiculed?
點解我俾人去嘲笑啊？
Why am I being rejected by people?
點解我俾人其他人唔接受我？
Bad people are the ones who suffer.
唔係應該係嗰啲壞嘅人先至應該受苦咩？
Or we can say, God, it's your fault that I'm suffering.
或者甚至我哋話神啊係你嘅錯。
Or we can blame other people.
或者我哋去話其
And yes, in some cases, people do cause suffering in our lives.
冇錯，可能有啲時候係其他人令到我哋受苦，
And we can be angry about it and bitter about it.
我哋可能會覺得我哋可以好嬲或者好唔開心，
Or we can take Peter's advice here.
但或者我哋亦都可以用呢個彼得對我哋嘅教訓，
That we rejoice in suffering.
我哋喺呢個受苦裏邊都有喜樂。
As we face trials and tests that causes us suffering, we are to rejoice.
雖然我哋喺呢個試驗同逼迫裏邊，我哋都要有呢個歡喜快樂。
So does that mean that we just jump up and down and clap?
唔係話當我哋受苦嘅時候，我哋就即刻跳起身去拍掌啊！
That we high five?
我哋係咪去同人一齊同其他人歡呼啊？
No,
唔係，
because this is not a verb.
因為呢個喜樂唔係一個動詞，
A verb is action.
動詞即係話做一樣嘢。
A noun is what comes from within.
一個名詞就係話呢個字係名詞，就係話係呢個喜樂係從你心裏邊嚟嘅。
In other words, it's what flows from within that comes out of us.
即係話好似從我哋嘅心裏邊去浮現出嚟。
It's being filled with joy while experiencing pain.
就係話當我哋雖然我哋受緊痛苦嘅時候，我哋都係表現出好滿有喜樂。
As I mentioned earlier, to suffer pain, to be in pain, to suffer.
呢個受苦即係話有痛楚啦，亦都係受到唔同嘅苦難㗎。
To suffer pain. So it can be for a season or it can be long term.
而受苦係可能係一個短時間，但亦都可能係長時間。
Some of us are suffering long term.
可能我哋中間都有啲人係已經長時期咁樣受緊苦。
Some of us will experience suffering during seasons.
可能有啲人係季節性咁樣受苦。
And we are to rejoice in that.
雖然係咁樣，但我哋都要有呢個喜樂。
Suffering will never go away
痛苦苦難係永遠都唔會離開我哋，
until our physical bodies die and we are reunited with Jesus.
直至到我哋肉體死亡嘅時候，跟住我哋同耶穌去喺埋一齊。
Where there is no more suffering.
直到嗰時，我哋係到同耶穌同罪嗰時候，我哋係冇痛楚。
And just as important as we are to rejoice in our sufferings together.
而且亦都同樣咁重要嘅就係話，我哋要喺同其他人一齊去喺痛苦中有喜樂。
We share with one another how we suffer.
我哋可能同弟兄姊妹分享我哋點樣受緊苦。
When you gather in your small group, share pain that you're experiencing.
當你哋喺小組聚集嘅時候，同大家分享下你有咩痛楚。
Share the hardships that you're dealing with.
同大家講話你而家有咩困難。
Being able to share how God is testing you at this point.
亦都可以分享話神係點樣去試煉緊你。
Reflecting back, this is how God has tested me and refined me.
亦都可以去睇翻反映翻神係點樣去試煉。
And we can sit with one another.
我哋可以同大家一齊。
We listen to each other's stories.
我哋可以去聽大家彼此嘅故事。
We're able to pray for one another and with one another.
我哋可以同弟兄姊妹一齊，亦都可以為佢哋祈禱。
And hopefully rejoicing in that as well.
亦都希望係聽到之後，我哋最後都係可以同佢哋一齊咁喜樂。
Not being mad at God
唔係話我哋去埋怨神，
or others
或者去話人哋，
who have caused that suffering.
或者我哋埋怨其他人令到我哋受苦。
Because there are different ways that we'll experience suffering.
咁我哋都有唔同嘅方法去，可能係有呢個苦楚。
There's the emotional way.
有時係可能情感上面嘅，
Broken relationships.
可能係呢啲破碎嘅關係，
Divorce.
可能離婚，
A friendship has ended negatively.
或者可能有啲朋友嘅關係被破壞咗，
Trauma.
一啲嘅創傷，
When someone we love dies.
或者一啲我哋好親愛嘅人可能去世，
The trauma experience could be a car accident.
或者可能係呢個可能有啲車禍，
Suffering a major injury.
一啲好嚴重嘅身體上嘅受傷，
And we have to work through that with someone.
可能我哋都要好長嘅時間要去康復。
A long distance relationship.
一啲遠距離嘅關係，
A spouse lives far away,
即係好似我哋所謂嘅太空人咁樣，可能你嘅伴侶喺其他地方，
and this causes a longing to see them.
可能你隨時都會好想見佢哋。
Parents, a child moves away for college.
或者對家長嚟講，你啲小朋友去上大學離開你啦，
You don't get to see them as often anymore.
你都唔可以再日日都見到佢哋。
Depression
或者抑鬱症，
can also have a physical effect.
除咗呢個對呢個情感上嘅傷害，亦都你肉體上都會有傷害。
And this is affecting our young people more than our older people, or more mature people.
而呢個如果抑鬱症可能對呢個後生嘅可能嘅影響仲大過。
So this past weekend I was doing some training with our church conference.
咁上個禮拜我哋喺呢個教會有呢個會議。
And part of the training I took was mental first aid.
喺呢個會議裏邊有啲訓練，其中一個訓練就係話喺心理上嘅訓練。
And the person who was leading the training
咁嗰個訓練嗰個導師咧
said that depression is being recognized in 12-year-olds to 17-year-olds more than ever before.
咁嗰個導師就話喺而家咧抑鬱症裏邊喺12歲至17歲裏邊嘅青年人裏邊係非常之普遍。
I think he even said up to 24.
可能佢話甚至係到24歲。
And the most attempted suicides in the past 10 years have been in that age category.
咁而喺呢近10年裏邊係喺呢個12至24歲裏邊係最多人去嘗試自殺。
And he didn't get into the details as to why because he said he wasn't a trained psychologist.
咁佢冇佢係一個佢係一個心理治療師。
But I heard that stat from a previous training I went to.
咁我喺其他地方都聽過呢個統計嘅數字。
Was a psychologist
嗰個係心理學家。
who said that we are the most connected when it comes to our virtual stuff with our phones, but we're the most disconnected when it comes to relationships.
個心理學家就話：我哋喺呢個用電話或者喺社交網絡上邊裏邊咧，就非常之有聯繫同其他人，但係喺真實嘅關係裏邊咧，就其實一啲都唔係。
And what happens when that happens is they don't know how to talk about their feelings.
所以當有咩事嘅時候，佢哋都唔懂得佢點樣同其他人講佢哋嘅感受。
Young people don't know how to express themselves and how they're feeling inside.
尤其是係年青人，佢哋唔知點樣去表達自己嘅感受。
So I encourage us as a church to talk to our young people.
所以我好鼓勵我哋喺我哋嘅教會係同呢個年青人多啲去説話溝通。
Ask them how they're doing.
同佢哋講下，問下佢哋近況點樣。
And if you have kids, I have material that you can see warning signs about depression.
咁如果你哋係有年青人嘅小朋友嘅話，我有啲呢個資料可以俾你哋睇下點樣有咩預防嘅。
Because a lot of it can be healed just by talking.
因為好多時淨係同佢傾偈就唔可以醫治得到。
But we're also insulted and reviled by people.
除咗抑鬱症之外，我哋可能亦都會俾其他人去侮辱。
See, Peter says in verse 14, if you are reviled for the name of Christ, you are blessed.
好似彼得話第14節嗰度講話：你們若為基督的名受辱罵，便是有福的。
When someone speaks disparagingly about you,
當有啲人去好想嘗試去貶低你，
in a manner in which is not justified,
甚至係根本係冇理由嘅，但係佢哋都想踩低你，
that brings about some emotional hurt.
對你嚟講可能就有一啲情感上面嘅傷害。
Physical sufferings, an inoperable disease.
肉體上嘅受苦，可能呢啲係冇得治愈嘅疾病，
Terminal cancer.
好似末期嘅癌症，
There are various forms of
或
cancer.
者其他唔同類嘅癌症，
Arthritis.
或者可能係甚至係痛風。
We experience more body pain as we grow older.
當我哋慢慢年紀越長嘅時候，我哋嘅身體就開始好多毛病，好多痛楚。
Arthritis can set in.
好多嘅關節炎，
Aches, pain.
好多身體上唔同嘅痛楚。
And we realize as we get older, we look back, just go down on a walk or do an exercise, it takes longer to recover.
咁我哋可能當年紀大咗嘅時候，我哋就算運動完之後， 我哋嘅身體都要出多啲嘅時間去恢復。
And how to respond?
咁我哋應該點樣去回應呢？
Can we rejoice in that?
我哋雖然受苦，但我哋可唔可以都有喜樂呢？
Or do we get mad about it?
或者我哋會覺得我覺得好唔忿氣，好唔開心。
Do we have a negative attitude about it?
我哋會有啲負面嘅態度咧。
Tian and I have a really close friend who are our boys' godparents.
咁我有一個好親密嘅朋友
Rachel has been experiencing body aches since she was in middle school.
咁Rachel 咧係喺呢個中學嘅時候就已經開始全身有好多嘅痛楚。
She said every test done.
佢話我做過好多嘅測試。
She's tried to go on certain diet restrictions.
佢試過好多唔同嘅食療。
There are times where she can't get out of bed.
有啲時候直情係唔可以起床。
When they lived in Seattle, she went to specialists here in Seattle.
咁佢亦都去試下喺西雅圖裏面去揾一啲專家。
They thought Lyme disease.
有一樣嘢叫 Lyme disease 嘅。
Well, it's not Lyme disease. Crohn's. It must be Crohn's.
嗰專家都唔係好知佢有咩疾病。
It's not Crohn's.
佢話咗幾樣嘢都好似唔係。
She's in her early 30s, and since she was in middle school, she's had this physical body ache that she can't figure out what it is.
佢只不過係30幾歲嘅，但係佢已經由中學已經開始受呢啲不知名嘅痛苦。
She even went down to Mexico to a facility that had specialized doctors for certain things like this.
咁佢甚至可能去到墨西哥去揾一啲其他嘅專家。
And yet, no answers.
但係無論佢點樣做都好，點樣揾專家都好，都冇人可以幫到佢。
Tian and I have prayed with her.
咁我同我好朋友就同Rachel 一齊去禱告。
We've known her for quite a bit of time.
我哋都同佢都好熟嘅，識咗佢好耐嘅。
She married my best friend.
佢係我其中一個最好嘅朋友。
And we saw her this past weekend.
咁上個週末我哋見到佢。
Checking in, seeing how she's doing.
我哋去探下佢，睇下佢點樣。
Same response.
都係一樣。
But the thing that's encouraging to me about Rachel is that she never complains.
雖然佢嘅情況冇好轉，但係有一樣嘢對我呢個好鼓勵嘅就係佢哋永遠都唔會投訴。
I've never heard her say anything negative.
我從來都冇聽過佢講一啲負面嘅嘢。
All she says, I just manage it. I'm seeing what I can learn from God through this.
佢唯一講嘅嘢就係話我都係盡我能力，都靠神去過渡啲時期。
They wanted to have kids.
佢哋想有小朋友。
But they're probably thinking they're not going to because of how they don't know how her body's going to react to it.
但同時間可能佢都認清到，可能佢哋根本冇乜可能。
She struggles with this physical pain, but also this emotional pain of yearning and wanting to have a family.
咁除咗呢個肉體上，佢哋呢個心靈上亦都受呢個痛苦。
And I asked her, I was like, how can you be so joyful in your suffering?
咁我就問佢：你有咁大嘅痛苦，點解你都可以有呢個喜樂
She said she wasn't.
咁佢同我話其實都唔係。
It's something she had to learn.
佢唔係一開頭就做到，佢係要慢慢咁學習。
She said if God never takes it away, then God doesn't take it away.
佢就話：如果神係永遠都唔會拎走佢痛楚，咁都冇辦法。
But it doesn't stop her from being active.
但係同時間啲痛楚亦都唔會令到佢乜都唔做。
She goes to church every Sunday if she can.
如果佢可能的話，佢每個星期日都會去教會。
She helps out with the youth group at the church she attends.
佢都會繼續喺呢個為呢個青少年去事工。
As a small group leader of girls.
亦都會喺對啲小女孩係會有呢啲嘅小組。
See, I think we should have that same response as well.
所以我哋都應該係咪應該有啲同一樣嘅反應咧
No matter how much we're suffering and how bad it is, how much the pain is.
無論我哋可能有幾大嘅苦難，或者係有痛苦，
Or how short the suffering is.
無論係我哋嘅受嘅苦嘅時間係長或者短，
That we learn to rejoice in it.
我哋都應該去學習 點樣可以有喜樂。
As Romans 5:3. Not only that, but we rejoice in our sufferings, knowing that suffering produces endurance.
就係羅馬書就話，不但如此，就是在患難中也是歡歡喜喜的，因為知道患難生忍耐。
That we come together in our sufferings.
我哋喺我哋嘅苦難當中，我哋大家走埋一齊。
There's a third type of suffering that Peter mentions here, and that's self-inflicted suffering. Oh, last slide. In verse 15, make sure that none of you suffers as a murderer, or a thief, or an evildoer, or a troublesome meddler.
彼得亦都提到第三種嘅受苦，但係呢啲係自己自取嘅，就係、好似15節嗰度話：你們中間腳不可有人因為殺人、偷竊、作惡、好管閒事而受苦。
So we can experience suffering because of our faith in Jesus.
所以我哋受苦可能係為咗我哋對耶穌嘅信心。
When we have people that mock us, revile us, we experience physical pain.
或者當其他人去侮辱我哋、去取笑我哋，或者我哋有啲肉體上嘅痛苦。
But we also need to be reminded of this important fact that we will also experience suffering that's self-inflicted.
但同時我哋都要記住，有啲時候我哋嘅痛苦係我哋自己去攞嚟嘅。
I think that's why Peter's encouraging us to avoid this type of suffering.
所以彼得先至提醒我哋去盡量避免呢啲痛苦。
We can suffer because of sin.
我哋係會因為罪去受苦。
As an evildoer.
我哋可能做呢啲唔好嘅事。
As someone who engages in doing bad things.
我哋可能係做呢啲唔啱嘅事。
A troublesome meddler.
甚至係可能亂咁講嘢、好管閒事嘅。
Another example is a gossiper, talking behind someone's back.
或者喺人哋背後講人壞話。
Saying mean things about them. Youth, you deal with this in your schools.
所以我諗可能青少年人可能更加對學校裏邊成見到。
Cyberbullying is very prevalent right now amongst our youth.
甚至喺呢個青少年裏邊，喺網上面去呢個欺凌係非常之普遍。
Someone posts a picture or someone on Facebook.
咁可能有啲人係將你幅相擺到呢個面書嗰度。
And it gets a negative response.
跟住就會有啲人開始就擺啲唔好嘅評論。
We can suffer from lying.
我哋或者可能去呃人。
Being deceiving.
或者去欺騙人哋。
Not loving others.
我哋唔愛人哋。
We can experience forms of suffering from these things.
所以因為呢啲罪、呢啲唔好嘅事，我哋都係會受到痛苦。
And the thing is, when we recognize this, that we ask forgiveness.
但係重要嘅就係話，當我哋知道我哋犯罪嘅時候，我哋要去尋求呢個寬恕。
Because there are times that we've sinned.
因為我哋係會犯罪嘅。
We continue to sin.
我哋係繼續咁犯罪。
But when we recognize it, we ask forgiveness and turn away from it.
但係當我哋知道嘅時候，我哋要向基督去尋求寬恕，而我哋都要背離呢啲罪行。
That we may not have to suffer the results of it.
咁使到我哋唔會因為呢啲事而受苦。
Because relationships will be ruined by it.
因為我哋做啲事可能會破壞一啲嘅關係。
We can experience physical pains because of it.
我哋可能會受到肉體上嘅痛苦。
But knowing that when we recognize it and God convicts us of it, that we seek forgiveness for it.
但係當我哋知道我哋認罪嘅時候，咁神亦都會寬恕我哋。
Because it's far better to suffer righteously because of our faith in Jesus than it is to suffer because of things that we've done wrong.
係因為如果我哋係為咗義而受苦嘅話，係願意俾呢個，因為我哋做咗唔好嘅事而受苦。
Let's pray.
我哋一齊禱告。
Father, I thank you for this time together.
天父，好感謝你，我哋有時間一齊。
Thank you for Peter's words of wisdom.
好感謝彼得俾我哋嘅話語同埋智慧。
Lord, I pray that we will suffer well.
我希望我哋受苦嘅時候，我哋都會受苦得有呢個好嘅反應。
That we will rejoice in our sufferings.
我哋會有喜樂。
That we will come together and share our sufferings.
我哋會同大家弟兄姊妹一齊去分享。
That we can share the tests and trials that we faced.
我哋會彼此去分享我哋受到嘅試煉。
And how you would refine us in those.
亦都係點樣分享神點樣去磨練我哋。
Or knowing that they are for good and not for bad.
因為我哋都知道呢啲試煉係為咗我哋好。
That by them that we may experience your love.
因為透過呢啲試煉，我哋可以經歷到你嘅愛。
And the love of one another.
亦 亦都係經歷到我哋同大家彼此嘅愛。
And we say this in your name, amen.
奉主耶穌基督嘅名。